we go. It's a long story why that didn't work the first time. I don't need to bore you guys with it, but basically I had to go and update my, I had to go update this app. I haven't used this in like a year. Hi guys. So sorry for this horrible lighting. I wonder if there's a better place I could go. I just got home from work. We're on our, what are we on, Mom?
This was number 9, right? Or
Really?
8?
8. We're on our 8th episode of season 4. And we just finished it. So what we do is like Monday we shoot most of it, and then Tuesday we shoot the rest of it. So every Tuesday I will have just finished an episode of Liv and Maddie. Which is why sometimes you guys see me tweet stuff like Monday and it's a Wednesday, because to me that is a Monday. Tomorrow we're gonna start rehearsing the next one. Hi guys. I'm sorry. No, you're losing connection. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm sorry if I'm tired. I actually, and I won't go into this a lot. I don't know. Can I even talk about this?
I don't know.
Like a little bit?
Maybe a little bit.
So, I've been having a super, hi Dove's mom. Hi Dove's mom.
Hi.
I've been having a super, stressful week. Not anything that you guys should be worried about, I think. But basically, we were dealing with a hacker situation, like a really bad one. Somebody just wouldn't leave me alone, and that's what happens, I guess. Nothing to be worried about, but we've just been dealing with that for the whole week, which is why if I've been a little MIA, I'm sorry about that, but trying to get better at it. But yeah, so it's been a rough couple of days, kind of like the last week or week and a half. Have been not the best in terms of sorry, I'm so scatterbrained. I had so much caffeine and then like none. So I'm like just a ball on the floor. But that's why I've been a little hard to pin down. And why I've been also utilizing so much caffeine. That's kind of better. It's so crazy. I've been getting like 3 hours of sleep a night, and I'll like wake up and I'll try to chew food, and it'll hurt really bad because I'm like gritting my teeth in my sleep because I'm so stressed out. I can't sleep for more than 3 hours a night right now. So I've been like grumpy and snapping at everybody. But we're gonna get it figured out. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Everybody's congratulating me. Thank you. What were they hacking? Like what account? No, it was like everything. They were going after everything. I can't go into details right now, but like everything. All the stuff that I posted though was all me. They didn't do that. They were just like, I would get a notification like every 2 minutes that they had like tried to hack into something. It was just bad. It was bad. It was not good. But yeah, that's what's been going on with me the past week. Where are cheesecake and peanut butter? They're around here. They're kind of camera shy. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. Come here. I'm on the love sack. So she's weirded out by the texture. Come here. You're so close. Just like flirting with me. Oh, I got both of them. Cheesecake! Oh, cheesecakes. Being coy. Got one cat. Do you have a Snapchat? I do have a Snapchat. It's Dove Cameron, just my name, but I like... I go back and forth from using it a ton and then like not using it at all. You need a night guard for your teeth. No, I never grind my teeth in my sleep. I never do. It's just, I guess, when I'm super stressed out. I love you guys. I love you too. I love you too. Yeah, peanut butter. What's rude? Did they stop? No. So the people have sort of like, I don't know if I should be talking about this, but they have been going still. But yeah, we're working on it actively. That's why my mom is at my house, because she's been helping me. I have to change everything. Thank you. Yeah, someone's talking about my caffeine level. I drink that much caffeine anyway, though. I'm terrible. I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I signed on because I had a sweet fan tell me that I never use this anymore, and it's totally true. I just, like, I get so, like, because I get so, like, in my head, like, I'm such an actor. All I do is I, like, disappear into my head, and then I, like, forget about simple stuff, like drinking water and Periscope. Shell Cheesecake, hi for me. Hi, Cheesecake. Somebody asked me when we start shooting Descendants. I think we start shooting Descendants. Honestly, we don't know right now. We have to wait for Liv and Maddie season 4 to end. And then we're gonna, I think Sophia said we start up this summer. So I think that means it's okay for me to say we start up this summer. The hacker is rude. Yeah, the hacker is rude. How rude of that hacker. Everybody's saying this is making a buzzing noise. I'm sorry. Is Genie in a Bottle in the second movie? I don't think so. I think that was just for, like, to, like, keep putting content out there, because we have so much space between the first and second movie. Hello from Sweden. Hi, Sweden. Happy birthday! Yeah, so we start shooting that in a little bit, and then after that, I'm, like, done. And I haven't done anything outside of Disney in a really long time. Yeah, I haven't had time. Because whenever I'm not doing Liv and Maddie, I'm doing Descendants. And whenever I'm not doing Descendants, I'm doing Liv and Maddie. Yeah, but like, besides that, like, that's like, we do music on the weekends. We don't have, like, that much. We haven't really had much time for that yet. Thank you. You're meeting me at Show of the Summer. Yes! That's in, like, I have a countdown to that. I think that's in, like, 100 and something in the teens days. Are you so excited for Descendants? I really am. I wish I could tell you guys everything about it. Put Bonnie on Periscope. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
Yes. Is the 4th season the last season of Liv and Maddie? Yeah. I mean, I don't know if, I mean, I'm not the head of the network, and I'm also not the producers of Liv and Maddie, but Liv and Maddie are in college now, and I think most Disney shows kind of end around season 4, unless they end earlier. So yeah, I mean, probably. Watching Genie in a Bottle right now. Yes. How many seasons can a show go on Disney Channel? Honestly, like, as somebody who used to watch Disney Channel, I think it's like 4. Like, a lot of shows these days, I think, don't quote me on this, because I know there's going to be, like, 3 people being like, that's not true, like, look at this show and this show. But, I think these days, most of them end around, like, 3 or 4. Like, because, like, I remember talking to Laura and the cast of Austin and Ally, and they were like, we don't know if we're going to get a 4th and final season. And I was like, oh, so, like, our shows end around season 4. And when we ended season 3 of Liv and Maddie, we didn't know if we were going to get a 4th and final season. So it's sort of like the span of, like, high school. It's like 4th year is like senior year, and that's like wear it caps. Have I ever read fan fiction about me? No. No, I had one of my friends read it out loud to me one time, and it was really scary. But, like, as a fangirl, I used to read fan fiction, but obviously not for, like, Descendants or anything like that. But what I do see is I see a lot of... Sophia hates it when I do this. But I see so much Mal and Evie like, romance fan fiction. I also see a lot of Jay and Carlos romance fan fiction, and like the cast and I think it's so funny. I think me and Cam and Boo Boo think it's the funniest. Sophia's kind of like, you guys are so annoying. But like me and Cam and Boo Boo constantly have like a text thing open, just like sending each other the the fanfic of our characters dating. I think it's hilarious. I like really love it. I die for it. Like I 100%. If you guys made fan fiction about Mal and Evie, like I want to see it. J-Lo's, yeah. Meavy and J-Lo's. These are going too fast. You're sick. I'm sorry. Everybody's sick right now. My sister's sick. My sister's been sick for like a full month. She's graduating college right now. I love your eyebrows. Thank you. What's it like being an actress? Actress. It's great. Honestly, okay, I wanted to address something that happened on Twitter earlier. So everybody keeps sending me these tweets like, you never work, or like, you don't work hard, or like things like that. And so I got really confused, and I was like, what? Like, we're always shooting Liv and Maddie. Like, 5 days a week, we're always shooting Liv and Maddie. And so I started posting about Liv and Maddie. I started posting more about it, and everybody was telling me, like, wow, you're working really hard recently. And I was like, I should have been doing this all along, because I think people think I just, like, I don't know. I don't know when people think I shoot the episodes. But I started posting about it, and then I have never posted about it because I always kind of thought you guys would find it boring. And then everybody was like, why would we find it boring? And I don't know if you guys know this, but, like, acting is really fun while you're doing it, but like to watch, it's really boring. Like, when you say, Mom, like it's tedious. When you sit around set all day and you watch other people act, like to film a 24-minute, however long Disney shows are, a 24-minute episode, it takes 2 days of 12-hour shooting days. Like, that's 24 hours of shooting.
And 3 days to rehearse.
And 3 days to rehearse. It's like you guys wouldn't even believe. If you had to stick around there that whole time, you guys would be so bored out of your mind. Because, like, it's fun for us, but I can guarantee you, like, it's like we shoot, like, a 1-minute scene or less, like a 45-second scene for, like, an hour. We just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. But all film and TV is like that, exactly. I remember the first time I ever did something on television, I was like, I was like terrified. I was like, what if I don't like this? It's like, it's amazing. It's the best thing I've ever done with my life. I couldn't have done anything else. But like, I always feel guilty when I invite my friends or my family. I'm like, I'm so sorry. You guys just have to sit around and like watch us do the same thing all day. Like, it really is kind of boring. Like, most people leave. It's really fun to watch the final product. But like, that's why I never post about Liv and Maddie or anything I'm doing, really, because it's like, I think most people would be like, oh, that's what it's like? Like, it's really not glamorous. We sit inside a soundstage all day that's just like this big thing the size of an airplane hangar where the AC is really loud, and like, we just like do the same thing over and over again like crazy people on a little camera. But that's why I never post about it. It's not because I'm not proud of the show or like I, am doing other stuff. I'm always doing Liv and Maddie. Someone just says snacks with a bunch of hearts. You feel me? I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Come to Seattle. I would love to come to Seattle. I want to do a bunch of appearances back in my hometown. You Seattleites, you call me up. I'll be there. What's your favorite fan relationship or fan moment? I've had a lot of these. I think my first favorite one was at the very first taping of Liv and Maddie, and there was a girl who, see my nail peeking out? Hey, gross. There was a girl who didn't get a photo and a picture, or no, she got it, but it was blurry, and she came back all the way through the line, and she started back at the back again. And security was like really tight because I think it was our first audience show, so security was really intense. Sorry, my hand's like shaking from all the caffeine and the fact that I'm not sleeping. But security was really tight because it was our first show, and they were like really scared to let anything go wrong, and so they were like, no, like you already came through, you already took a photo, like you have to go. And like they were doing their job, but it still wasn't like, she was crying, and that's not cool. And like I felt really bad, and she was here because she loves us, and I was like, I felt this really deep connection to her, you know. It's like the relationship between the fans and the, whatever you want to call it, the performer, is so different than anything else. Because I could look at that security guard and be like, no, like she means so much to me, but it's like, it's not like I could be like, she's related to me. Like it's not like you can explain that to someone who doesn't understand. And so I was trying to be like, no, like let her stay, like let her take a photo. And he's like, no, ma'am, like I have strict orders. And so they made her leave, and I chased her. He was like, you can't follow her. And I was like, watch me. And I like chased her out into the streets, which was not safe, but I did it anyway. And she started crying, and I started crying, and it was just like the emotions were really intense because I thought I lost her, and she thought she wasn't going to get the photo, and she wasn't going to get to see me, and then we hung out there, and we like cried together for like a full 5 minutes, and then security escorted me back, but it was amazing. That was my first favorite one. And then also just like I have all of these like in Poland one time, this sweet like 12-year-old boy waited for me outside my hotel, and he brought me this rose. He figured out where I was staying, and he just brought me this rose, and it was so sweet. I just like, and he didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Polish, and all I could say was thank you, and all he could say was you're welcome, and it was like so beautiful that acting and singing and Disney Channel and, you know, things that you do with your life can cross borders like that, and you don't even have to speak the same language to be able to communicate and like feel like you know each other and like you love each other. Like, what else can really do that? That's amazing. I've had a lot of that where I'm in a foreign country and I don't speak the same language as my fans, and we're just like you just look at each other and you're like, I know what you're feeling and I know what you're feeling, and then you just hug, and that's all you can really do. And that's not like more special, but like there's definitely something different about that, you know, not being able to, Cheesecake's trying to make an appearance, not being able to speak the same language. How does it feel to have fans that are older than me? Great. I love it. Fans that are older than me, younger than me, whatever. It's weird. It's still like weird to me that I have fans. I haven't like acclimatized to Hollywood yet. I know that sounds funny, but like, I don't know. It's like I want you guys to get to know me on a deeper level, because I see so many people and like fans that have been around for a long time, and I recognize all of your usernames. I promise, I really do. And I see a lot of you guys tweet things to me that are not like, they're not mean, of course. They're always nice. You guys have never been like mean to me. But like, I see you guys tweet some things sometimes that are just like, I wish I could be more like, no, like that's not who I am, or like, no, I would never say that, or I don't feel that way, or like, let me clarify. But then it's like there's no great way to do that. I say hi, Cheesecake. So like, I'm actually really grateful that my fan reminded me to use Periscope tonight, but I want you guys to really actually get to know me like a lot better. And social media is double-edged because I can respond to as many people a day with smiley faces and hearts, and I can call you all loves, and I can tell you I love you, but like there's nothing like actually getting to know somebody, you know, like who you are online is not ever gonna be anything close to who you are in real life, because it literally can't be. Like the internet does not create a forum to get to know somebody in the way that you would in real life. So stuff like this is great, but I still like, I don't know, I'm still struggling with that. I love to be the person to come to you guys and be like, I know exactly how I'm gonna do that, but like I don't know yet. I think that's just gonna be something that we have to find together, and I need to just keep in contact with you guys, and we need to continue to try and get to know each other better. You're watching Liv and Maddie right now. Yes. I was gonna say something and now I don't remember. Do you remember Dig and Dove? Yes, of course I do. We met in New Jersey after the show when you were last in line, and I told you to stay, and we talked afterwards. He's such a flirty little cat. Once someone told me on Instagram that I wasn't an actor, and it sucked and it hurt. Don't let anyone tell you anything online. That's something that I struggle with too, but it's like, we're all creatures who, my mom was just talking to me about this the other day. Like, we're designed for approval because back when we were all, developing, like it's based in us to want people's approval. And so like the internet is a place where we get really sensitive because that's a lot of people's opinions all in one place. But like, it's not, it's real because we can all communicate, but like, it doesn't actually touch you, and it doesn't have to, at least. Like, you can choose to ignore all that stuff. And I know that sounds really basic, but like, most things that really stick and that really work are really basic. Like, most life lessons are really simple, and it's just about hearing them enough times until they really sink in. So no, this actually isn't my engagement ring. This is the promise ring that I've been wearing for like 2 years. And Ryan and I wanted to pick out the ring together, so we're waiting until he gets home. But anyway, my cat is adorable. Thank you. I want to be friends with famous actors and actresses, but I can't. We're so boring, you guys. Like, some of us are interesting to talk to, but most of us are just crazy. Most of us are, like, insane people. Like, what am I... Like, obviously, I'm communicating with my fans, but, like, to any normal person, like, if they walked in right now, they're like, what are you doing, like, with your phone for a half an hour, talking to people you'll never meet? Like, celebrities are so strange. Don't listen to people, they're just jelly. Yeah, all I need is you guys. Except kind of. When did you know you wanted to act? When I just didn't want to do anything else. And, like, still, I actually read an article the other day. I was on the airplane going to Houston, and I read an article from New You, from Zendaya's article from her cover on New You, which is stunning, by the way. It's the one with her, like, facing her back with the, like, fur. Fake fur, I'm sure. But she's like, if one day I decided I didn't want to do this anymore, like, I would just, like, stop and I would do something else. And that's kind of how I feel. It's like, and that doesn't mean I'm not committed, but it's like, everything in life is about creating yourself, finding yourself, loving yourself, supporting yourself. Like, it really should be all about you. Not just like my life should be all about me, but you who's watching this, your life should be all about you. It shouldn't be about me or pleasing your parents or pleasing your friends or pleasing a guy or pleasing a girl or pleasing anybody. Like, it should be about you forever, for anybody. And this is what makes me happy right now. But if one day I woke up and I was like, I can't stand who I've become in this, or I can't stand doing this anymore, or wow, I never realized how interested in paleontology I am. Like, I would go to school to be a paleontologist, and as everybody should. And I'm very well aware that not everybody has that privilege, and I count myself very lucky to be in a career in which, I don't think I could ever come back maybe. I don't know. I'll get there when I get there. I'm still figuring myself out, What are some great snack ideas? Okay, you guys. Okay. All right, let me roll it out. So are we looking for healthy snacks or not? Because, like, I have both. But, okay, really healthy snack, first of all. I have cat hair all over my mouth. Not cute. Not cute. I'm so scared. I don't think I've washed my hands. Gonna get sick. Alright, if you love chips and salsa or chips and guac, slice up some red peppers. Use those instead of chips. Still crunchy. Better for you. Amazing. Eat as many as you want. If we're not talking about that, Oreos. It's not a snack idea, but like... Oh, also, like, if you get chips and you, I know that this is, like, so much. It's, like, almost cooking. But if you get chips and you, like, grate some cheese and then you drop all the cheese over it, you stick it in the oven for, like, 3 minutes. Y'all will thank me. Say hi to my Costa Rican fans. Hi, Costa Rican fans! I have the hiccups right now for no reason. Rest in peace, breakfast burrito. Thank you for remembering. Chocolate. Also a good snack. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it went away. R.I.P. burrito. I love that this is a thing. Honestly, how do you stand out in audition. I don't think you stand out I don't think there's, like, ways. Because, like, I think I used to try to stand out in auditions, like, be like, where are you from? Or, like, wear some crazy outfit, or be, like, try to talk to the casting director. Look at Cheesecake right now. Look at how cute he is. Cheesecake, say hi. No. He's over me. He's like, you don't speak cat. You see that? I was like, that's, like, a lot of fur. Cheesecake. I can't breathe. I don't think you should try to stand out in an audition, because, like, I think most of the time the casting director sees, like, 40 or 50 people that day, maybe more, and at that point they're just, like, trying to get through their job. They, like, would hate it. I think a lot of casting directors would hate it if you were like, let me entertain you. They'd be like, get out. So just, like, go in and do your best with the part. And then, well, I guess I would say the most important thing in an audition is to take direction. Like, this is the most struggle I've ever had. If they give you direction and you don't take it, I think that's, like, a straight exit sign for the door, because they're trying to test you to see if the director will be able to work with you. I love your voice. Thank you. What's your favorite musical? Either Jekyll and Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde, or Light in the Piazza, I think. I was going to say Heathers because it's absolutely accurate. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but my director from Liv and Maddie, who started off all of Liv and Maddie, directed Heathers. And that's, like, part of how I met Ryan. So every time I say Heathers, they're like, that's just because Ryan's in it. But it's not. Heathers was also in my top... Yeah, Andy Fickman. Yes, Andy Fickman. Yes! Oh, I love it when people know things. I love it when my fans know stuff that, like, I don't even feel like I've covered. I'm like, you guys are like my family. You guys are like my old friends. It's like that amazing moment you have with your friends where you're like, I don't know, and you're, like, venting, and you're like, maybe I'm just like this, and, like, maybe I'm super dramatic, and they're like, yeah, like, you are. And you're like, wait, but you love me anyway? They're like, yeah. You're like, I can be myself with you, and you still love me. No, so, yes. Heathers, the original movie with Winona Ryder and Christian Slater, Edward Scissorhands, and Nightmare Before Christmas. And what else when I was little? Those are my three. Those are my favorite 3 movies growing up. Which says a lot about me. That is fully free to be judged. I just loved the dark stuff. In all my old bios, you can see, like, I love Tim Burton, but, like, Heathers, the premise is super dark. And before I even started dating Ryan, I'd known Andy since I was, like, 15. And Andy was like, I'm doing Heathers the musical. And I was like, like, let me play Veronica! But I was too baby. I was too young. What's my favorite Heathers song? I mean, if you don't use Dead Girl Walking for any of your auditions, you're making a mistake. Dead Girl Walking, obviously Candy Store is something that you can, like, treadmill all day too, except when was the last time I was on a treadmill? Never. Those are probably my 2. Although Beautiful Reprise at the end makes me cry every time. Every time I would see the show live, I would, like, sob at the end of that. Because, are you kidding? Oh, the lyrics are so good, you guys! That really is one of my favorite musicals. See, and now I'm, like, editing myself. I'm like, but Heathers is not my favorite musical, because I'm so scarred from everybody being like, you only care about Ryan. That, like, now I don't even say those things, which is stupid. Like, I should be able to... Stupid. Heathers, The Light in the Piazza, and Jekyll and Hyde, which, if you guys don't know Jekyll and Hyde, I've been going on about this for too long, but if you guys don't know Jekyll and Hyde, it's really, really good and very underrated.
But not the televised stage version.
Stop. You are a hater. My mom hates the David Hasselhoff version. I loved Lucy in that, though.
Well, Lucy was good, but...
What was her name? Jennifer Sexton or something? What's one thing you wish for humanity right now? That is a fantastic question. I've always had this, like ever since I was, like, 3 or 4, my biggest pet peeve is the fact, and like if you were listening to the earlier part of the Periscope where I was talking about like how beautiful it is that like when we don't speak the same language, we can still understand each other through like an emotional and energetic connection. Ever since I was 3 or 4, I've had a really hard time relating to people, like my whole life. And I still do. It's something that I struggle with daily. And one of my biggest, like, heartaches in life, you know how some people just feel entirely misunderstood, or like some people feel like they'll never find love, or some people feel completely alone, or some people feel like just like those things that really stick to you and matter to you. You feel like you're never good enough or any of those things, which everybody has those. My biggest one is I constantly feel not like nobody understands me, but like I always feel like no matter what my intentions are, no matter how much I express myself, no matter how much I feel like somebody really understands what I'm saying, most of the time they never do. And like a lot of people completely misinterpret my feelings and my actions. And like I've had that with my family, even like people who know me incredibly well. And like I think that's why like it'll be something like I'll say something completely innocently, and I'm like, I'm gonna say this to them because it's gonna make their day. And then they'll be like, what do you mean by that? And I'm like, I meant like a good thing. And they're like, uh-huh. And like so many people like I have like communication issues with the world. And so I have like this huge chip on my shoulder. I over explain, I over talk because I'm always afraid that people are going to misunderstand what I'm saying, because I'm always coming from a place of positivity. And for some reason people just like have always had a really hard time believing that. So that's a big one for me. And I've always wished, because so many things get in the way. Like in the same way that I wish none of us ever had to sleep because we could get so much done, I really wish nobody ever had like those weird social barriers about like, I think my phone's about to die. Crap. How can I tell? No, I don't, yeah. But I always have like those weird social barriers where like people don't trust each other, and people are like squeamish around each other, and people are like, you have bad intentions for me. And I really wish for humanity that we could just get rid of all of our weird layers, and we could get rid of all of our weird walls, and we could just assume that everybody was coming from the best place. And I wish that everybody always was. Like, there's no way to say, like, I want world peace and I want everyone to love each other and understand each other without sounding so, like, hackneyed and cliche and, like, I'm just saying whatever is coming to my mind. But, like, so many things could be avoided if we just all had great intentions and we all assumed everybody else did too. Like, I just wish that we could look into each other's eyes and see the vulnerability and see the love and see the fragility and just take care of each other and take care of ourselves and allow other people to take care of us. You know, we like close ourselves off from so many experiences and people, and it's like, why? Why? I always try to get on Twitter and like talk to people, be like, let's connect. Like I'll like respond to haters and be like, no, you simply don't understand my heart. And it's like, I need to stop. Like I need to get away from social media, because you can never change anyone's perception of you. But like, I wish that we didn't have to. I wish that we all could just like see each other for who we really were. And just like know that. That was a good question. If my phone dies in the middle of this, I'm sorry. My mom is so awesome. Oh, they say you're so awesome, Mom.
Thank you.
Do you love the Philippines? I do. Mosh or Miggy? I like them both, honestly. They're really well-written characters. Your mom. Everybody's talking about you now, Mom. Biggest star! Yes! Living Buddy Star, Bonnie Wallace! Do you live at home? I do live at home. As opposed to on a train or a hotel.
Do you live in a house? I live in it's like a townhouse. Yeah. But it's mine, and I'm super happy about it. Ah! I always had a fantasy about like living on my own and like decorating my house. You know that thing, all those Tumblr posts where it's like, and I'll just be sitting looking out my window and it'll be raining and the heat will be on and I'll be wandering around in a t-shirt and I'll make tea and read books and look over and like it'll be my walls that I painted. And I'm like, yes. And that's what I did. Except I'm a 5-year-old because I have this huge love sack thing that I like sleep on now, and I really wanted to get a huge teddy bear and put it in my house, but no one would let me. But I did buy like 25 boxes of Girl Scout cookies and nobody could stop me. Okay. Mosh, yeah. Somebody said that, not me. Is there a cat next to you? Yes. What is that? My jacket looks so soft. It's not. Live for truth. Do you like the mint ones? Yes! I was like, the mint hoodies? What? Business model, copyright. Hey. Do you still want to open a bakery? That like just seriously hit home for me. I love it. I love that. I love it when my fans remind me of like older times in my life. I really wish I could. Yeah. I know I always can. That's another thing that's big for me. Like, I always think that where I am currently in life is, like, where it's always going to be. I would love to open up a bakery. I really, yeah. That's one of those things, though, that every time I talk to a friend of mine who's, like, opened up a bakery or a restaurant or something, they're like, don't do it. It is the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life, and it will always fail. But then again, like, people say that about everything. So maybe, yeah. You'd go to that bakery? Cool. At least I'll have one customer. And then myself, who would just be eating all the baked goods. Why can't I read anything? Oh my gosh. Favorite dessert? Okay, this is obscure. There are these weird Valentine's Day. They only come out in February and then like a little bit through March. They're like these berry cobbler like squares, and they're from Tully's. Which, does Tully's exist outside of Seattle? There's this weird sort of like local coffee chain in Seattle called Tully's, and it may exist outside of it. And it's amazing. It's this like, they're only for Valentine's Day, and they have like little heart sprinkles all over them. I like lived for those back when I was helping my parents do trade shows when I was younger. Do you like IKEA? That's so weird. I was supposed to go to IKEA tonight. I live in IKEA. Like, I literally, you asked me if I live in a home and I lied. I like actually live in IKEA. I'm starting a Kickstarter fund to help me pay for a real house. Just kidding. IKEA, yeah. Do you love Costa Rica? I love all the places. I love all the places in the world. I don't discriminate. IKEA is a nightmare. That's a lie. You don't know anything. Well, you probably know lots of things, but you and I should go to IKEA together. It would be a fun time. How many hours of voice did you act on Wicked World? So Wicked World, an episode of Wicked World takes about an hour. So I would just go in sporadically. It's all those little things too. Like I always forget, like we did all of Wicked World and like recordings and music and stuff like that. Wicked World, yes! I need to stop doing that. It's like when you jokingly start saying LOL in real life and then you just can't stop. It's like really embarrassing. Yes. Do you remember from the Houston meet and greet I gave you and then it cut off? I do remember all my fans from the Houston meet and greet, though. It just happened. We were just cuddling. And then we were all so wet. I felt so bad for you guys.